Hello folks, how you doing? And welcome to my channel. Do you know I've got a new top and I keep having to pull it down. Anyway, I'm professional. Straightened up. So this video is going to go wild. Wild in as far as it's meant to be a new moon video, but I think I'm going to be covering a whole range of different things. So depending on how wild it goes, the title. So we're going to be covering, I think we're going to be covering a lot. Definitely want to talk about timelines. I've got 3 decks in front of me. They are Tarot of Traditions, Native Spirit, Denise Lynn, Moonology, Yasmin Boland, and also some channeling. So let's get to it. So new moon in Leo is on Sunday the 4th of August 2024. And I think I'm not the only one to say this, but every shift this year, be it a moon shift, an eclipse, or whatever, there's been that many, has felt more and more powerful. And it's getting more and more, and getting more and more intense. And it will continue. This year, on some respects, has been an interesting one because in some respects there's been a lot of darkness. But on the other side of the coin, there have been more and more awakenings, spiritual awakenings. There have been crazy things happening. There's been illusion in news. There's been illusion in life. There's been confusion. There's been downright darkness. But there's also been a lot of light flooding the planet. This new moon in Leo feels as though it's going to play its part. And, you know, it's about standing tall. It's about being bold. It's about courage. I'm being shown courage. Who's the lion? I'm being shown the lion in Wizard of Oz. I'm also being shown the lion in Narnia. Let me Google them. Lion in Oz. Lion in Oz. The Cowardly Lion is a character in the fictional Land of Oz created by American author L. Frank Baum. He is depicted as an African lion, but all animals in Oz he can speak. Cowardly, he wants courage. Interesting, he wants courage. So I'll get you a picture of him. You should know what he looks like. That's him. He's the Cowardly Lion, but he wants courage. So it's almost like, is this the energy of many lions that need to find their courage, being cowardly? We've all been there, and we can all be there at numerous times of the day, and this can be on many different levels. So this is about finding our courage, finding our place, and being brave and bold to make decisions. Some of which these decisions are really easy. Some of them are difficult. Some of them are just day to day, and some of them are transformational. And it feels like it's coming in, especially with the 8/8 portal, which is the Lion's Gateway portal. I'll be doing a video on that. I'll film it tomorrow to put on the day after you see this. So we're getting hit with a lot of goodness at the minute. We're also getting hit with a lot of questionable stuff as well. And that will continue for some time. But with the questionable stuff, we actually know what that is now. We know what it is on a global scale, on a collective scale, on a personal scale, or an internal scale. It's noise, it's distraction, it's stuff and nonsense, it's stuff that other people still need to see in order for their own evolution of consciousness. It's teaching moments. And as you travel through these energies, you get better and better at being able to deal with it. You have the odd hiccup because we are only human. So I'm just gazing outside at the sun, as you do. Have you noticed as well Mother Earth getting greener and greener? I want to pull a card for the new moon in Leo. That's interesting. I dropped my deck and my deck sprung open at the Seven of Swords, which is trickery, and the Eight of Wands, which is something coming in forward. Is there something trickery? Now there's two ways you can see this, and this is the thing with tarot. There are many different perspectives. I'm going to come on to, oh, I need to write this down, onto predictions. Let me write this down because I told you this video was going to get wild. Predictions. And nothing just being black or white. It's not. It's changing. It's changing already. I wonder possibly if there's some more trickery incoming on the global stage. I also feel as well with these two cards is it's almost like the divide coming in now. The divide, there's all sorts of divides going on, but there's this that wants to keep you held in trickery and fooling yourself that everything's all right and holding you back from moving forward. What's that card that nearly fell out? The Wheel of Fortune. It's time to change. Interesting. So, new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo. Page of Cups, Two of Cups, 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 Cups. Cups, Cups, Cups. Emotions. Look at that there. With the tiger. And the wings, finding your wings. This usually comes up when people have got a teenage son, doesn't it, in a reading, a personal reading, and the teenage son is struggling with his emotions, or it can be a daughter, or when we're struggling with emotions, or when we're just feeling a bit wishy-washy, it's our dreams and all of that kind of stuff. And this is when everything becomes solid with the happy ever after card, Cups, Cups, Cups. So this is on our emotions. So there's something here with this new moon about emotional well-being. And I'm feeling as well more heart opening going on. And yes, there's a lot of darkness going on at the minute, but there's also more and more heart opening going on. And it's about coming together in communities. I genuinely believe that more and more people will step away from idolising. I got the word idolization earlier. I'm not sure that, in fact, let me Google it. Idolization, because I got that word earlier and I was like, what's this mean? Idolization. Idolization. Oh, it is a word. To admire something or something to an excessive degree, or to worship someone blindly. You see, idolization is not my word. So when it came in, I thought I was having a hormone moment. I'm like, what? That's or one of my made up words. Interesting. Oh, interesting. It can also be used as a verb, meaning to worship someone as a god. That's happening a lot. Or to love or admire someone too much. For example, someone might idolise a celebrity by memorising details about them and associating themselves with them. And spirit fun, thanks for that. So, idolisation, the days of idolisation are going. And that doesn't matter whether it's somebody in your life that you idolise or somebody on the global stage. The days of looking up and going, oh, are over. They're ending. For some, they've already ended already. For some, they're starting to fragment. For some, they're on the tip of that, which is why there's this flip out energy at the planet at this time. It's about coming back to community. And it feels as though this new moon that we've got is going to bring more of that stuff to the table. More of that interesting inner energy to the table. So speaking about idolite, I might have to do title so I don't forget all this. Just a minute, I told you it was going to be wild. Idolization. So new moon, because I will forget. New moon. Idolization. Each time I do a topic, I'll write it down. So stepping away and out of idolization. Some of this will be really easy, some of this will be painful, but there's more and more of this energy on the planet where you're just not bothered anymore. It's just not you. Something's changed in your frequency. You can't be that person anymore. So let me ask for some cards on idolization. Idolization. Oops, love it when they drop them out. Ooh. That's interesting. 9 of Wands in reverse. Knight of Pentacles upright. 2 of Pentacles. Choice. The Magician. And the King of Cups. And the Knight of Cups. One more. And the 2 of Cups coming together. So, we know that there is a separation energy on the planet at this time. Anything that wants you to take a side is poisonous. Anything that wants you to either be that or that is poisonous. Let's get that straight. So our defences are down, we're weakened, we're vulnerable, we're feeling vulnerable, we're feeling needy, life's grey. I need something to sparkle me, so I'll escape into that, because that offers glamour, it offers hope, it offers excitement, it offers something that I feel part of because I feel downtrodden, okay? And this is an offer, excuse me, this is an offering that comes in. I'm part of something special, I'm standing for something solid. But what we don't realise is that we're also being manipulated. Magic is being used in ways in which we cannot comprehend. All these cards out on my desk. Interesting. And emotions are running wild. We're not fully stepping into our power. I'm also getting as well, interesting, thank you, that the people that we're idolising are also vulnerable. Because it's only vulnerable people that need you to idolise them. They need to absorb your energy. They need to absorb your love. They need to absorb your attention. So they're also weakened. So we're in a weakened state because, again, I've been there, done that, had the t-shirt many times. We idolise when we're weakened. And that may bring up some stuff, good. But it's true, we idolise when we're weakened, when we're feeling vulnerable. That could be with, trauma, pain, illness, money issues, lack of sense of self. And the great awakening that's happening with the changes of energy on this planet is bringing all that to the surface. There's a lot of people at the minute looking at everybody else's shadow, but ultimately the awakening is about looking at your own stuff. And some of that, like, yeah, and then some of it's really painful. Oh, we don't want to look at that. So this is what's happening. But something else wants to come in, a real wish, something that actually brings people together. And more people are starting to see the divide. And when I talk about the divide in this video, I'm not talking about those that are awakened and those that aren't. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the divide in society. You're either that or you're that. You're that, you're that, you're that, you're that. People attacking each other because I support that and you support that. So that's coming up. Because the truth is, whenever you're attacking each other, you're not looking at what we're meant to be looking at. And that's number one, sense of self. And also questioning things. We're going to see more people questioning things. And I'm seeing children as well, with this teenagers going to start questioning things. And they're going to be, oh, you're being rebellious. What are you causing trouble for? Can't you just get on with it? They're going to be greeted with that. But they're going to be asking things about their education. They're going to be asking things about their political systems. They're going to be doing it for themselves, but they're also doing it for us. I've been saying this about teenagers and children for some time, that they are going to be big triggers for people. A card for idolization. Sacred mountain, coming back to what is sacred, the new dawn coming. The new dawn, the new energy, the new frequencies. Even people of a science background are starting to sense it, feel it and talk about it. This is nothing new. It's been spoken about by many belief systems for many, possibly hundreds of years, that humanity gets to a point of utter and total chaos and breakdown. And that's what you're witnessing now. but you're witnessing the breakdown for it to be remade and rebuilt in the correct way, in a world that is just for others. But it does take time. And I've also said as well that New Earth, it starts inside. You know, there's how many billions of people on this planet right now, and they all live in different realities. All those realities exist, and they all change realities all the time. So New Earth starts within. So say for example, there's a breaking news energy that comes on. It's a big one, it's a big traumatic one. 6 billion people will all see that differently. Some of those billions won't even see it because they don't even have social media or a phone. The world will still go on as normal, perfect. Okay? Some people will see it and crumble and go into fear. Some people will see it and go into attack. Some people go into fight or flight. Some people go into, I'm not bothered. Some people will think, I know what this is, I'm fine. All different kinds of realities. So more and more realities, different realities coming on grid, on board. Interesting. So where are we going after idolizing? So you will be expected to step out of your idolizing energies, because ultimately we need to be as a species looking inward, not outward, and thinking our happiness lies in somebody that doesn't even know we live. They don't even know we breathe. And if you just sit with that and think, wait a minute, we're finding comfort in someone that doesn't know we exist, and yet the very person that does know you exist, we ignore and we neglect because we're not exciting enough. So the thrill for the next bit of intel, the next bit of gossip, that also is getting addressed at this time. I'm also being shown the fact that the reason why humanity is so... It's like the gallows energy. You know the gallows, when people used to be beheaded or hung or whatever, people would love to turn up at the gallows. And there's a lot of gallows energy in the world at the minute in different ways. And that's also there to make us wake up and think, wait a minute, I've done this in lifetimes where I've gone to the gallows and rubbed my hands at somebody getting beheaded. We've all done it. I've got to step out of this now. Or, what was I thinking the other day? That was it. I think I was reading, because I'm reading the Outlander books at the minute, and they were talking about obviously the Battle of Culloden, and obviously the king and the English and all of that. And I was like, you know, sometimes you'll see something on the world stage and you'll see the general public or some aspect of the general public really come up and say, I'll stand with you, I'll stand next to you, I'll fight your cause, even if it's just online as a keyboard warrior. And it's almost like some people say, I'm not getting involved in this, and move on, because, or we may play in it for some time and then something clicks and it's like, I did this before and got killed on the battlefield, I'm not doing this again. Or I did this before and got all my worldly goods taken by the other side. Whoa, I'm stepping out of it. So that's happening as well. Predictions. I keep saying stop doing predictions because predictions are false. Gone are the days where, I mean, people still want predictions and still want to go for readings for predictions, but time is changing and timelines are changing, and I'm seeing more and more and more of it. We have to understand, as part of this evolution of consciousness, that in any given moment, we are in charge of our own destiny. That nothing is now set in stone. And that's another result of the change in consciousness. The days that we have done it, I've done it, go to a clairvoyant and sit there and wait for those predictions going, because it's weakened. You can go and look at the tarot cards and go to a reader and look for life guidance and can you read the energies around me, because sometimes you need somebody else to come in. But predictions, they're last year. The predictions are last year. And actually there's more fun when you can read energies, or when you do read your energies, because energies are truly magical. Predictions are like, well, I can see a man. I can see the initial M. He's got a red car. Oh, and he loves you. We don't want that. We want energies red. You know, and reading energies is so much more fun than a prediction, because then you're stuck in that. And I've been there myself in the past. Then you're stuck in that, or I can predict this is going to happen on the world stage. We're stepping out of that as well. Because as a species on this earth, we're now going to be asked to be better. To not sink as low as we've all been doing. I've been doing it. You'll see previous videos of me, global predictions. I've fallen into some right traps with that. And yeah, I look back and I think, why? Because it's naivety. I'm just having some water. It's naivety, and time is changing. Timelines are changing. You know, we've had that thing this year with Big Ben glitching. The horses. I mean, the horses in London, there's a whole range of things with that. The Moulin Rouge, windmill things collapsing. Combustion. My guide said something about combustion before I came on. Things just blowing. Let me explain this, because sometimes when you're dealing with energy, it can be really complex. So timelines are changing, timelines are shifting. For personal, for collective, global. At a rate of knots. My guide showed me some of it. I know this was Big Ben when I did the Big Ben video, and I said that something was planned that would have caused harm, and they, as in they, the galactics of light, Federation of Light, whatever you want to call them, came in and stunned and changed something. And this is happening a lot. It's been happening for a while. You may just find yourself losing track of time, or you may just fall asleep. Who's looking at the clock at the minute and going, oh, it's 10:10. You look back at the clock, it's 10:05. In some cases, it can be an hour. In some cases, it's days as well. Have you noticed as well you're losing track of days? What day is it? What day is it? This is really scary, actually. A lot of people are doing it. It's not an age thing. Young and old alike are doing it. Because days of the week is a matrix thing. Time is a matrix thing. And all of that is changing. Time is changing. Time is speeding up. Time is also slowing down. Time is also standing still. It's also history being rewritten. Not by the powers that were, but you're gonna, and I talked about this a few weeks ago, it's as if by magic a piece of evidence appears in a vault somewhere in Paris, or a vault somewhere in a country we didn't even know existed, and it comes out and it changes the game. Oh, you've been reading too much Outlander, you're unsubscribing. Do what you want. I was talking about this before I even read Outlander. Time travellers do walk amongst us. Ooh, should we do a video on time travelling? We will do. So timelines are going wild at the minute. And when you start to tune into it, you can feel yourself shifting all of the time. It's almost like old versions of you never even existed. And the future doesn't, it's just now. There's a lot of shaking up that's coming. Lots of shaking up that's coming. Let's do a card on timeline shifts. Timeline shifts. When I did the video, from what I remember on the historical thing, it came via a session. And I asked the client at the time, could I talk about this in a video? I didn't talk about their personal story, but about what we discovered, and they were quite happy for me to discuss it. Was that we can be doing some healing today that changes the past. Wait for it, because it's happening, it's going to come. It's going to come. It's already happening with certain things. right in front of your face. It's already in the newspapers. There's books being written about it, all different things. But it's done in a way that's acceptable. Because it comes from an intelligent source. Timeline shifts. Ooh, the Tower. The Tower. There's been an explosion. Somebody there is trying to strategize, defend something. There's been an explosion, something's been cleared. Humanity was on course for some bad shit, for some crazy stuff. But via disclosure, via truths coming up, via voice, via energy, things have been diverted, things have been stopped. This is breaking down of the old, breaking down of the old. Our own internal structures, the global structures, the Hanged Man. Let's pull another one. I want to do 4, victory. Queen of Swords, I might do 6 actually. The Moon. 9 of Cups. Let me do a clarify for that 9 of Cups. Death. Excuse me. Death of the old. Transformation. 8 of Pentacles. Rebuilding. Something with these timeline shifts. We know it's part of the frequencies of the planet are changing. Age of Aquarius and all of that. This is not conspiracy. It's actually legit. It's waking up to what's been taken from you. Spiritual awakenings. Waking up to who you are. Waking up to the fact that you don't need to idolize. And all of this energy is building. You're cutting cords to what no longer serves us. Taking charge of our destiny. And if we do reach out for guidance, we're reaching out on, please could you show me the way, or the energies, or discuss my opportunities. Because when you step into that power, it changes the game. The clearing of these old, heavy timelines. It's almost like a bomb being dropped on these old, heavier timelines. But there's also an element of humanity that, like, I don't really want to do this. I like being able to rely on X, Y, Z. I like them doing for me. I like them taking charge. You remember when the pandemic was on? I know in the UK, I don't know what it was like in the rest of the world, but people, we're all doing it. I'm not taking the mick, but people waiting for that. I mean, I think in the UK, was it like between 6 and 7 each night? I don't know. Waiting for that bit of news to come on. When the Prime Minister told you what you could do, what you won't do, waiting each night. No judgment. Those days are going. They're taking accountability for our own lives, our own destiny. So all of that's coming up. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Show the world the real you. This is all part of the change stuff I keep talking about this week. Show the world the real you. Because what's been happening, a lot of healing's been happening, but we've been holding it back. Or still trying to keep to the old matrix that we had. Because there isn't just one matrix, there's lots of matrix within the matrix. So we've been healing, we've been awakening, but we've been trying to still fit in. We've been trying to still feel what we feel, the masses. So we've been trying to fit in. I won't talk about spirituality in the staff room. I'll keep doing that because I know they need that, or they like that, or they whatever that. But actually the world needs to see the real you. Because when the world sees the real you, it causes ripples that go out. Another reason why humanity has become so ill in all ways is because we've not been showing the real us. We've been suppressing ourselves because society says you do this and then you do this and then you do this. Good girls don't cry and all of that. And what is it? Little boys don't cry and all of that's kind of BS. So more and more people are going to be stepping into what they want to do. See, I'm being sure, for example, like someone that's been a bank manager, all of a sudden hands in his notice and he goes, opens a crystal shop, and his family are like, oh, we paid for you to go to university. You're going to see more of it. You're going to see people saying, you know what, sell the car, we've had enough. You know what, downsize, get this house gone, let's get something smaller. Do you know what, I'm sick of living in the city, countryside, here we come. And they're going to be doing things without limitation. And we're going to be watching going, oh, where are you getting the money from? But it just happens. You're going to see more and more of that, and you're going to be doing it as well. You're already doing it on many different levels. So this is, you know, the hard work, the healing, the ascension stuff, the awakening stuff. It's all starting to make much deeper sense. And we're starting to fully accept it rather, I know I am, fully accept it rather than fighting it. Because you know what, my guide showed me a great analogy earlier. Awakening is like this, spiritual awakening. You wake up, you like that, as in you wake up from your deep slumber, from your sleep, you're in bed, you've just woken up. But you wake up and you're looking through eyes that are quite tired and still sleeping, a bit blurry, and you're not sure, and oh, that light's a bit bright, oh, go back to sleep again. And then you wake up and you're like, I woke up again, you can see a little bit clearer and you can stay awake a little bit longer. But it's like, this is too much, is this? Love. And that's what awakening is like. There's periods where you actually, sometimes for your own sanity, need to go back to sleep a bit. In some aspects of your life, because to go woof is when people have ungrounded awakenings and they lose their shit. And in some cases can end up being sectioned. It does happen. So a steady grounded awakening is the way forward. So we must never judge someone because they don't know this or they don't know that, because maybe they're not meant to, maybe because it can cause them more pain. And if you get too much information at once, it fries you. I know I once asked a shaman, I went for some healing and I said, how many sessions do I need? No, what was it? Can you heal everything in one session? And I got laughed at, because actually the truth is, Claire, you'd fry, you'd cook, and so would the healing, because it'd be too much energy. So it's a steady process. It's not judging someone. It's not, I've got that, you can't see that. That's horrible. And that's actually de-awakening, not awakening. So I also feel as well people feeling more confident in their awakening process and more at peace with their awakening process, because awakening can be a lonely place, especially when you're the only one in a family or a workplace, or you're the only one in your home that's awakening. It can feel a lonely place. It's interesting. Chakra. Freedom horse, flowing river, emotions, freedom. It's almost like the universe is saying, we want you to be free. Cutting ties to anything that binds you. And some things you'll cut ties to, it's like, actually that's not holding me back, it's fine. You know, even like the good stuff can be binding. You could get someone that's really obsessive with their spiritual practice to a point where they don't socialise, it needs taming back. You can get a gym addict. You can get a book addict. actually, I'm not. I do check in with myself on that. I'm not a book addict, and I've proved that lately, because the last holiday, well, the last couple of holidays we've been on, I've done very little reading, and usually that would have triggered me because I am a bookworm. I said a book addict then. I was a book addict in the past, but I was at peace with it. So even the good stuff can be entrapment. It's about freedom. It's about coming back to yourself, coming home to yourself. The earth should not be run just by a certain few. The earth does not belong to a certain few. And more people are going to be coming on grid with that. I know many people are a bit pissed with me at the minute. There is, believe it or not. Oh, I don't believe that, Claire. And don't understand why I've done what I've done. But I understand why I've done what I've done. And it'll make sense in time. It'll make sense in time. And I know for many it does make sense, and many people are going, I know, you're right, you're correct. And I know many people are quite upset with what I've done. And I know many people have gone, oh, I had another channel that I used to do certain readings on, and I've stopped it, taken every video off, and I've changed it into a booktube. There is a reason for that. There's many reasons for that. And over time, when the dust has settled, we'll talk more about it, because I always believe there's a right time for everything. But at the minute, I've told you an aspect of it. There was a lot of erratic, irrational darkness and within the comment section going on. There was also a lot of light in the comment section, a lot of really good people on there, and those good people were on here, and they've also stayed and joining on the booktube. But I had my reasons, and this is all part of awakening. Things change, aspects change, and that's what's meant to happen. We are not meant to stay the same. And some of that you'll see in other people around you, and you'll love to see the change. And some of it will be painful, because maybe they brought something that you thought was comfortable. I also felt like a hypocrite, to be honest, because, you know, one aspect of me is healing for ascension. And I, you know, talk about, you know, don't get dragged into celebrity. And then I had a Royal Tarot channel. And I started to feel like I'm getting a bit of a hypocrite energy going on here, Claire. And I started to feel uncomfortable with it. Because the truth is, we should not be losing ourselves to famous people, whoever they are, be it a singer, an actor, a royal person, a political figure. The minute you lose yourself, or the minute you become distressed because you can't have your fix of that, you know that there's a problem. And hopefully with this decision I've brought something up for people to look at, because it would not be fair for me to be part of the problem. It would be becoming a problem. You know, it's not my job as a healer to have something going like that. Old Claire, that was fine. And actually, before we go any further, there was a lot of healing energy that came through from those videos. And I also tried to bring in what it was teaching us, especially about family dynamics. But we're going to the next level now. We can step away from that and go to the next level. And that's what Awakening Ascension is all about. It's about keeping check of ourselves, and about where we're slipping, where we're rising. There's not just me making decisions, but other people making decisions in the world right now, in your world, and you can't understand why they've done what they've done, why they've walked away from a job, why they've not had a procedure, why they've not done this or done that. And it may not make sense today, but one day it will all make sense. One day it will all make sense. Some of that will be a weight off your shoulders, some of that will be painful, but most of all, it will be liberating, and it will give you your freedom. There you go. So please try not to be too angry. I have had a few issues. Anyway, it's fine. I just delete them now. But I get it. But the thing is, well, Claire's come off YouTube. And my husband Gary actually said, for some people you have. Because if they liked that stuff, they're not going to, some people are refusing to come on here, by the way. Nope. Claire Tarot, It's been an eye-opener this week. People refusing to come onto this channel because they want me doing role reads all the time. I'm not doing them ever again. I'm just not. I'm just not. And I've not left YouTube. I've not left social media. I'm prolific. I'm on here nearly every day. I'm on Instagram. I'm on BookTube talking books. If you want to join my BookTube, the link is below in the description. I've changed. Life is changing. We're all changing. And we're going forward to find our freedom horse. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. And I will see. Ooh, should we do an emoji thing for this video? We've covered a lot of topics, haven't we? Horse. If you got to the end of this video and you want to leave a comment but not sure what to put, leave me a horse emoji for freedom and put out the intention of freedom for all, from all that shackles them, for all that holds them away from their empowerment and sovereignty. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Bye.